Psalm 19. David testifies, the heavens declare the glory of God. Also, the law of the Lord is perfect, and the judgments of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. To the chief musician, a psalm of David. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament sheweth his handiwork. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night sheweth knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line is gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun, which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, and rejoiceth as a strong man to run a race. His going forth is from the end of heaven, and his circuit unto the ends of it, and there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. The statutes of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. More to be desired are they than gold, yea, than much fine gold, sweeter also than honey and the honeycomb. Moreover, by them is thy servant warned, and in keeping of them there is great reward. Who can understand his errors? Cleanse thou me from secret faults. Keep back thy servant also from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me. Then shall I be upright, and I shall be innocent from the great transgression. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. Now there's an interesting psalm. Kind of has almost two psalms in one. I wonder if it actually was originally two psalms, just accidentally got combined, because I like the first 6 verses declaring how nature itself is a testimony of God's existence and power. That is great. I love that. And I also like his list. The law is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony is sure, making wise. This list, each piece of God's word has a different effect. I like that. This is very well written. I love this whole thing. This is a great psalm. But now, there are 2 Joseph Smith translations for this psalm. What the Joseph Smith translation is an inspired correction or translation of the Bible done by Joseph Smith to restore or correct those passages that had been lost over the years. In Psalm 19, we have 2. This is first, verse 3, as rendered in the King James, says, there is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Now, I like that. That's a nice little sentence saying, everybody understands the testimony of nature. But Joseph Smith changes this, corrects it. No speech nor language can be if their voice is not heard. Now that's interesting. That there is no communication unless there is also the communication of nature. If nature is not testifying, then you're not communicating properly. That's the way I take it anyways. It's an interesting change. But let us go to verse 13 where he says, keep back thy servant also from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me. Joseph Smith corrects this not to changing sins to acts, presumptuous acts. Because not all acts are going to be sins, but they could still be presumptuous. Presumptuous means you are presuming that you should be or have a right to do something. And so what this is saying is presumptuous acts are those acts are made without real thought, without real consideration for what's going on, who's involved, and all that. You are just presuming that you are right and you are acting on that presumption. So I like that change too. You may not be in sin, but you may not be doing the best thing. So very good changes. I enjoy the changes, but the psalm as it is, still beautiful.